Hello chemistry folks, we're learning about acids and bases today, and I have some red cabbage. Red cabbage contains a chemical, a pigment called anthocyanin, which actually is an indicator. It will change colors based on whether it's in the presence of acids or bases. So we're going to go ahead and get this solution out of this red cabbage. So let's go ahead and chop it up. Next, we'll go ahead and put it in the pot and add some water and put it on the stove and try to heat it up to get those chemicals to come out. This lab is great because not only do you get the chemicals out here, afterwards you can treat your family to a nice dinner of cabbage stew. Alright, it's been boiling for a little while, and right now the kitchen's smelling really good. So I'm going to go ahead and strain this out to get the solution that we need for the lab. And this is the blue color we're looking for. This is the color for neutral, or 7 on the pH scale. Now before we get going with this lab, we need to know how does this cabbage juice react with acids, neutral, and base solutions. So I start by putting a little bit of cabbage juice in the acid test tube, the neutral test tube, and the base test tube. Then we'll be able to compare how they look in different solutions. We'll start off with some acid, some 2 molar HCl. That means it's pretty strong. We'll put some of that into the acid test tube and see that it turns a very bright pink red color. Next, we'll go ahead and take some water. The water we'll put into the neutral, and we see that it still just looks blue. The color really hasn't changed. And finally, we'll take some 1 molar NaOH, sodium hydroxide, which is pretty strong, and place that into the base. When it first goes in there, you'll notice it's kind of green. But watch over the course of time, as it reacts more, it will turn a yellowish color. Now in this lab, we are going to be using 9 different solutions, and I want you to make a prediction right now whether you think these substances are acids, neutral, or base. Now 3 of them are the ones we've just done. Those should be pretty easy. So yes, we will be using the 2 molar HCl. We'll also be using 1 molar NaOH. We'll be using 7-Up. We'll be using Miracle Bubbles. We'll be using pure baking soda or sodium bicarbonate. We'll be using lemon fresh ammonia. We'll be using water. We will be using vinegar, and we will be using lemon juice. So pause the video right now and make a prediction for each one of these solutions. Do you think that they're going to be acid, neutral, or base? Now I have randomly assigned each one of those solutions a number 1 through 9 and given them a test tube. I'll put in 2 droppers full of cabbage juice into each one of the 9 test tubes. Now we'll start by putting each one of the solutions into the test tubes, and you'll guess whether it's acid, neutral, or base. Let's start with unknown number 1. Now unknown number 2. Unknown number 3. Next, unknown number 4. Now unknown number 5. Unknown number 6. Unknown number 7. Unknown number 8. And last but not least, unknown number 9. Now go ahead and take the time to pause the video if you need to and make your prediction. What do you think number 1 was? Obviously you're guessing acid, neutral, or base, but which one of the substances do you think it is? Also, another helpful tip, only one of these is water or neutral with a pH of 7. So some of these didn't change much, but they changed slightly, and that's what you have to guess. And now for the actual reveal. Test tube number 1 was filled with 7-Up, which is acidic. Test tube number 2 had baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, which is basic, not very strong though. Test tube number 3 had the 1 molar NaOH, which is basic. Test tube number 4 had the vinegar, which is acidic. Test tube number 5 had ammonia, which is a base. Test tube 6 had the 2 molar HCl, a very strong acid. Test tube number 7 had lemon juice, a very strong acid as well. Test tube 8 just had water, it's neutral, it has a pH of 7. Test tube number 9 had Miracle Bubbles. It's a soap, it's very slightly basic. Well, hopefully you guessed correctly. Acids and bases are solutions we use every day in our lives. And remember, you should definitely try this lab out at home. Who doesn't want to eat blue soup? That's so cool. Or maybe you'd like to add some lemon juice to it. Turn the solution acidic. You've got pink soup now. Good.